Hello there, commanders, and welcome back to National Cup. Russia leads 1-0 as the Ukrainian team will be trying to look for retribution on Rubicon. Let's see how that goes. We have the Russian team as the blue team again and Ukrainians as the red team as we unveil the fog of war to reveal the plans of both teams. Slingers, tier 5 slingers being used. Wow. That's something. I mean, slingers just don't work. But then again, it's Rubicon, so it is one of the best maps for slingers. And apparently tier 5 slingers deal more damage than tier 6 slingers. I didn't really ever care about that because both of those damage numbers are very bad anyway. Then again, Russians seem to have a lot of good targets. Dogs, very good target. Archers, very good target for them as well. Fogsmen and some maybe barbarian infantry. Nope. But anyway, yep, the Russians are rushing over there on the left flank, already crossing the Rubicon, not even securing the watchtower. Well, it won't really be of much help for them. And the slingers are already dealing some damage. Quarter of the health gone from that cavalry, so maybe that damage isn't that bad in the end. The Russians are also pushing forward over here, but this time looks like the Ukrainian repeating crossbows may be getting a little bit better trade over the Russian repeating crossbows. While their damage is a little bit more spread out, but now they're being forced to run away. The pikemen did manage to get into pike phalanx. The repeating crossbows are chasing each other, and now opportunity for a back volley will be opened. There we go. That should spell disaster for the Russian repeating crossbowmen, and that will mean an advantage over here on the left flank for the Ukrainian team. C, wildly open, nobody's really contesting it, but the Russians are very insistent on just flooding B with melee infantry. They're sending in the dogs. Actually, this is a very bad terrain for slingers, one of the worst terrains for slingers as well, on the map that is in general very, very good for them. So quite smart of the Russian team to just avoid that terrain where slingers may reign supreme, but that's still kind of arguable. And they already started contesting B, not gonna get it just yet, but as all of the Ukrainian infantry is being slowly cut down here in Tolgras, I think that's just a huge mistake by the Ukrainians to actually allow themselves to be cut out like in single separate formations instead of holding one coherent front line and be able to use that healing zone over here. Because the forces were roughly equal, I mean, still advantage to Russia was there, but it wasn't that big. So I think they should have been able to hold at the point, and they would definitely be able to hold much longer, even if they would ultimately fail, if they held a coherent front line. But they are able to push through over to D now. They're trying to trade D for B, as the Russians are leaving D wide open now. But the Ukrainians are also slowly running out of steam. The repeating crosses out of the Ukrainian team are trying to make sure that the Russians run out of steam sooner than the Ukrainian team. It's going to be contested. One of the spearmen made on top of it, but it's only 31 soldiers. It is Leonidas though, so it will be able to hold for a while. But if the repeating crossbows catch their attention, then, or rather, if they catch the attention of repeating crossbows, then that should be very quickly over. Slingers are being cut down, so they didn't really pay off for the Ukrainian team, and the Ukrainian team is about to die over here on B. So it's really a race who can get what faster. C almost captured by the Ukrainians. Can the cavalry charge make? Oh, the Ukrainian cavalry left C by accident during this fight. I mean, by accident, maybe not really. I mean, should have been really aware. But that is going to be a huge setback for the Ukrainian team. That C was almost captured. Speaking of almost captured, D is being almost captured. 2 units remaining for the Russian team. Repeating crosses are not splitting up, but they don't really need to as the Russians quit pursuing them. And as soon as those units are cut down, D should be secured, but B has already been secured by the Russians. Are they going to heal or are they going to retreat back to the base? Some of them definitely are retreating back to the base. Dogs as well, and only Fogsmen and some spearmen are going to heal up over here. And once those units heal up, they are going to rush straight to C. The Ukrainians are already responding with the same. All the units that they have lost over on B have already respawned behind their base and are rushing to C, but they will be at XP disadvantage. Dogs have already leveled up. One of the archer units did that as well. Some cavalry leveled up as well. While the Ukrainians, they have only one level up, and most of them, since they were cut down and killed, they lost all of their accumulated XP. The Russians also managed to reinforce D, and D again almost captured, but one of the units has made it through, despite the point being flipped, so the healing zone is no longer available here. So Ukrainians should really try to commit more forces to D, as the Russians don't really have a healing zone nearby. That being said, the healing zone provided by the base is still much closer to D than it is for the Ukrainians over on A. But now the main fight is breaking out on C, as the both teams, their forces that emerge from the base, are now on top of C and meet each other in the middle. So here is where slingers should come into play. They should counter the archers, but they're not even targeting the archers. Down, there we go, first volley into the archers. It is going to do quite a decent damage, so that is the purpose of slingers. But for some reason they keep focusing dogs. I think they just don't have the priority straight. They should take care of the archers first, because archers will be able to overall deal more damage in return to their allies, to the Ukrainian allies. Then again, yeah, those slingers, yeah, they're not doing that much damage either. So that counter is not really working well for the Ukrainian team, as the Russians are flooding C with more and more infantry. Their archers, they don't really care about the slingers. They don't try to close distance. They just care about killing infantry, because that is what wins you the control over at a point. And now slingers make a mistake or run into the archer's range, or run into Folksmen as well, because, well, the Russians do have an advantage in melee units, definitely have now, once they killed a lot of Ukrainians. And one last unit is going to be routed. Oh, that is somehow contesting, interesting, but now it is being routed and C is going to fall under a Russian control. So really, you are cleaning over here the healing zone behind the base as well, so all the units that are teleporting back there are just being cut down. Slingers being chased down, cut down as well by Folksmen, by cavalry, by everything. And now the Ukrainian base is honestly wide open. The Russians can just go there as they please, but they're going to heal first some of their units. Some of their units are already making it to the Ukrainian base actually. So we are getting a repeat of the previous battle, where Russians also rushed the base very quickly, then failed, then tried again, and then succeeded. We'll see if they will be able to succeed at the first try as well. Although I suppose the length of the video and also this counter over here does betray it a little bit. Let's not pretend we are all stupid and oblivious to that fact. The Ukrainians are going to get B back. But that is obviously going to be too little too late, as already 7 units of the Russian team are in their base. They did manage to recall their units back and heal them up, or rather heal them up on A, or whatever the hell they did heal up, or maybe they just respawned. Might have very well been dead. So 7 units capping, already 25% captured, or even 33. But the Ukrainians, oh, I'm losing my voice slowly. Ukrainians are pushing through, but the Russians are stopping them very well ahead, very skillfully. One unit of spears being able to hold back 5 melee infantry units for the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians did manage to make it through, but even if they do, but still too little too late. 10 units for the Russians already inside, with more and more coming, 5 more coming very soon. The Ukrainians now find a little bit of a gap for the cavalry, so that's 1 unit inside versus 13, 12, 13, again 14, 15, 16, and that is going to be the end of this battle. Russia leads 2-0 in the finals, so they're on the match point. The next battle may very well be the last. But well, until then, you can already, in the meantime, while we wait for that, you can help us bring the warrior back to the west. You already very well know what to do. The question is if you want to do that. And until then, I'll see you on Arenas Battlefields, Commanders.